to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps. Again, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentary, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's button hyphenated sign snaps.com. Button hyphenated sign snaps.com. First hot topic of the night. Fake degrees. So, a story has been uncovered where fake degrees have been running rampant. There's a college called Amita College in California has allowed people to use their life experience as a qualification to obtain their master's and their doctorate degree without taking any classes. And now they take these degrees, or they've took these degrees quite. It's been thousands of people that took these degrees, used it as part of their qualifications on LinkedIn and on jobs, and have secured top paying jobs with these fake degrees. And some of these people still have these jobs. What do you think about that?
I mean, if you could write the scam yourself, run the scam, and see the scam all the way to the end and to fruition, that's top tier scamming right there. You know what I'm saying? Because that don't make no sense that you can use your life experiences to gain a doctorate degree and then go get a job based upon those degrees that you supposedly got at this prestigious school that you never really went to. And then still have those jobs, even though the job found out that those degrees you have ain't even real.
Mm-hmm.
Only, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but only in certain type of America that can go through. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So with that type of America, y'all could play that game all day. But in the real world, like, you can't do that because you putting other people's life on the line. Let's say you get a doctor in medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what life experiences you got to afford you to get that master's and doctorate degree without actually going to school for it? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just crazy about cutting corners. You can't cut corners in life. You know what I'm saying? You can't skip steps. You're going to have to start from scratch. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy that how that can go about. And we know these schools and these people that left these schools with these degrees are not real, and yet you still get jobs where people who just got out of college looking to go to these jobs can't get them. Mm-hmm. With the actual degrees that they went to school for. So that's crazy to me.
The fact that they was able to pull off the finesse, what made them think that people wasn't going to use the finesse to get paid? Whether they get caught, all right, you got caught, but they still got paid in the in between time. And for them, that's all that matters. Now, in certain positions, like you said, they're playing with people's lives. Let's say that they're not a medical doctor. Let's say that they're a clinical doctor, where they actually sitting down with people and in the matters of the mind, and now they have the power to give prescriptions based on their analysis, or these are the exercises that you have to do mentally to get over your depression, and so on and so forth.
So that means based on their logic, just because I read the Black's Law Dictionary, I'm a lawyer now. You know what I'm saying? I can practice law. Mm-hmm. I'm damn taking the test to prove that I could practice law.
Right.
I just read the Black's Law Dictionary. Now I could practice law. I could be your lawyer now. Like, how?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then on top of that, where's your experience? What's your win-loss ratio? You know what I'm saying?
Where's your colleagues?
Where's the other people that say, yeah, we went to school together? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just like Leroy, he had his mans that they was, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, they was pimping in Cleveland and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now they pimping for the Lord. So he had a colleague. So where's your colleague?
Even in Juice, they had colleagues. Just ask Blizzard.
Ask Blizzard. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blizzard. You know what I'm saying? We do it for Blizz. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blizz. You know what I'm saying? Staying out of trouble and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. I'm about to rob this joint. You know what I'm saying?
AOQ, you want a piece of this? With mad charisma, son.
Yo, but yeah, man, it's like at the end of the day, a scam is a scam. People gonna pull it and they gonna go to the furthest extent so they could get to that bag. Now, in social gatherings, they could also finesse too, because now you're at when you're obtaining academia, you're in certain positions, you go to certain parties, meet and greets, and now you're there flexing on something that you really didn't do, but damn, like you really pulled the scam off. So the fact that this college allowed this to happen or credit people who didn't deserve the credit and their main qualification without going to classes was their life experience, can you really sum up somebody's life experience and say, yo, based on that, we're going to give you this degree without even coming to classes for the hours that would equivalent to this degree?
So you mean to tell me your life experience as being a meth head now gives you the degree to be a counselor?
Mm.
Hmm. I got you. Okay. That's what's
No,
up.
no classes, no
No
education,
classes. You just been doing meth for the last 10 years.
no point of origin, no point of
Now all of a sudden you can counsel motherfuckers.
right,
Oh,
right.
that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Some people say, well, you rather take advice from a crackhead doing crack? Of course. But we're talking about when it comes from healing. You need a point of origin. You need some sort of foundation that when you talk to somebody that's dealing with that, that it's a credible source of knowledge that they could grow from. Like I grew up playing football, basketball, and boxing. So if I have a conversation about football, I'm speaking from a place of what I know, not just what I know, but what's effective. When I talk about basketball, it's the same way. When I talk about boxing, it's the same way. Any of my businesses, me as an artist, as a rap artist, when I talk about music, how I do my production, how I do my rhymes, it's always a place of expertise. Put in the time and the hours and the education and the things that you need to do to accelerate yourself. And these people was able to finesse. They got caught, but they still was able to finesse. All they got to do is relocate because there's no real way. There's a real way to check degrees, obviously, but if they go to another state and they look, they look the part, they sound the part. All they got to do is show you this piece of paper, and they're gonna do what they did in the early 2000s, lean with it, rock with it. So at the end of the day, they've been pulling this finesse, and they're going to continue to get over.
Facts.
So, shout out to the chat, Ray Love. I'm not saying to deprive those who went to school and earned their position. I'm just saying people can do without actual going to school. Well, that definitely would make sense. Yeah, I mean, so you're speaking in the sense of like reality is right, and I need people to understand this, right? Reality is we can read up on things, learn things, and if you do it enough you can become it, right? But in these positions, you need proper education for a reason. There's a reason why you have to go to law school to be a lawyer, an esquire. You have to go to medical school to be a doctor. Even though you could read all the books that you could read, you still need to be around some sort of familiarity where it allows you to make mistakes and learn from your mistakes in a safe place. There's reasons why when you becoming a doctor that you do a residency. There's a reason why when you become a lawyer that you have to do an immense amount of reading and education and have these different things under your belt. Like you have to kind of move like a reporter in some sort of sense as far as your educational background on how to gain information. Same thing with football. There's a reason why to go to the NFL, you have to play American college football because it's something that they give you through that farm system. So I'm not saying that all things that you can't learn, like, for example, most practical things we could turn on YouTube, type it in, and be like, okay, I could see myself doing that, but that doesn't mean we have the foundation in doing that. We don't have the space to really make mistakes like that. So expertise matters. So when you do something for a long period of time, you need the expertise in it. It's just certain information that you do need. So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but you still need that classic training in most things that requires us doing it for other people. Shout out to Sosa in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to HP for tapping in, man. Appreciate y'all. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Scientists say they found a planet that may be that may have new life. With the help of the James Webb Telescope, scientists detect unique chemical patterns similar to those produced by the Earth, algae and seaweed, and it's a raising possibility of the presence of warm ocean on on uh on this particular on this particular planet. What do you think about that? They wouldn't say, but
Ain't Flint, Michigan water supply still fucked up? Like, what the fuck y'all worried about another planet for? We gotta fix this one right here. Like, y'all spending all this goofy ass money for dumb, frivolous shit when y'all need to be